Okay, so I'm here today to talk about my audience feedback. So originally I had started a brand new digipack and website. However, when people looked at my digipack, they felt that it looked a bit amateur. They also felt that the colour scheme was a bit dull. I was using pinks and whites. However, they were quite dark pinks and it was almost off-white, and they felt that it wasn't relatable enough to my genre of pop for my main act Sinead, despite having researched into Ariana Grande and Tinashe's albums where they used light blues, baby pinks and whites. My audience felt that it didn't relate enough to my genre. Because of this, I then changed my colour scheme. So I used black, although that sounds like I'm contradicting what I just said. I then used a bright fuchsia pink. This then balanced out the brightness of the pink, and I feel worked because when I got my audience to look at it this time, they felt that it was very more professional looking with the lips that I did when I used a pair of lips and enhanced them to make them the main feature of my digipack, as well as the eye on the back page. They felt this looked more professional, and they also felt that the colour scheme was more suitable to my pop genre. Also, because I infused R&B with this, they also felt that it connected well with the two colours. As far as my website, when I had my first draft, I had audience feedback. A lot of the guys felt that they thought it was more suitable to pop. However, they didn't like the colour scheme. They said that even though it's for a female artist, they feel that if they wanted to look at her too, they would feel like they'd be a bit excluded. It was bright pinks, bright blues, not many dark colours on there. There's also like fashion tips and everything else, and I have got an audience of male and female, and therefore the males felt that they had been left out a little bit to an insight of her life. Also, the girls felt that the girls and boys felt that the layout wasn't very suitable. Despite having researched into Beyonce, Tinashe, Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande's website, they used multiple images as seen on a previous blog. And I chose to do the same in my draft. However, when showing them what it would look like, they felt that it didn't look very realistic. They felt that I'd have to work hard to get as many pictures as I did had chosen to put up there. They also felt that the colour scheme was a bit too bright. I didn't use any dark colours, I used white, and they also said they didn't felt that it linked well with my digipack, which they usually see for artists promoting a new album. For example, when Tinashe promoted her Aquarius album, her whole website was blue, which is the same colour scheme as her digipack. Whereas now you look at it, it's black and blue. So she changed the colour of her website just to make the convergence between her digipack and website. So therefore I felt that I had a lot of changes to my website, so I started it brand new. This time I incorporated everything my audience said, so I didn't have as many images on the front page, instead used the images as links to different pages on my website. I also changed the colour schemes, that there was black on there as the fonts and the link pages. I didn't want to make my website too dark as I felt that the digipack was dark enough, but I incorporated a lot of the pinks from the digipack into my website, so my colour scheme for my website was exactly the same as my digipack, except with added blue and a tiny bit more white, even though white is seen on my digipack and the illegal diamond typing. This time round, when I got my audience to view my website, they felt that it was a lot more professional. They felt that they could look into everything confidently and be able to understand exactly what was going on. They liked the layout. They said they knew how to navigate. I also had positive feedback from the males as well. They said that they thought the colour scheme was very relatable to my genre of hip hop and R&B. And so yeah, from my audience feedback, I feel that I progressed a lot. I was a bit disheartened at first because I'd put a lot of time into my website, but then after finishing my latest one, I can see the difference and I understand what my audience was saying. I think at first I was just trying to copy all the different websites and incorporate it all into one to try and get the best grade I could possibly get, because that's what I'm trying to do. However, taking a step back and looking at it from a fresher view, I can see that everything was quite compact. It was very hard to navigate. The colour scheme made it hard to spot things out of each other, so all the pictures were next to each other, they were all similar colours. The text was all the same, so you didn't really know where the headings were, where the paragraphs were. So I'm happy that my audience pointed that out for me. And another thing they pointed out was that they wished that there was more videos on my website. So that's one thing that I wish I could have changed and added on. Thank you.